Hello, everyone. Welcome to Asian Business Owners. Welcome to this new episode. Today I'm with Renaud-Louis, founder of Amplitude, a watch shop and watch repair workshop. After 18 years at Rolex, Renaud-Louis made a big decision. He left the comfort of a successful corporate career to open his watch atelier here in Hong Kong. Originally from France, Renaud-Louis has lived in Hong Kong for 21 years, if I'm right. He started his career at Rolex and worked his way up to management, leaving behind his other passion, rugby. In this episode, we're going to talk about starting over, leaving comfort, how rugby shaped Renaud-Louis' mindset, and how entrepreneurship is a humbling experience. Hello, Renaud-Louis, how are you?
Good. Good morning.
Good morning. Welcome to ABO.
Thank you very much. Pleasure.
I'm happy to have you. So we are in your atelier at the moment in Sheung in Hong Kong. So Renaud-Louis, when you were in your 20s, a long time ago, back in France, you started horology. That's pretty unusual as a career. So how come did you choose that?
When I was 17 years old, I was not very good at school. I didn't see myself in learning any trade. So I went to visit a friend of mine that just started École du Louvre d'Orfèvrerie. And he had set up this pretty much the same look in his basement workshop where he was creating jewelry, working on diamond, making gold. And I was just instantly really passionate about trying to make something with my hand. So I went back to my city, and then lucky enough, one of the very renowned clockmaker in France was 800 meters from my home. So I just walk in and then ask if they will enroll apprenticeship to learn the craft, and we started over there. So it was much more about clocks rather than watches. Mm-hmm. My passion at the beginning was really church clock, ornament clock. I'm also a big fan of history. I love history, and handling untrusted, beautiful, unique piece was really something that every day I was just grooming and learning.
So you started doing this, and did you have your shop in France?
I did. So I had 3 years apprenticeship into this clockmaker, doing parts, and then I changed battery and laser strap in a little Pilvit shop in a commercial center around Saint-Etienne. And then I purchased a whole shop in a little town next to Saint-Etienne, where I start my first really boutique, my first shop.
How old were you?
22. Yeah,
wow. Okay, so you had a shop at 22.
Yeah. Little shop as well, just battery, straps, on my own. Yeah. We take a loan from the bank, and then I opened the day I met my wife, which happened to bring me to Hong Kong a year after. So I just opened the shop for 1 year, and then I sold everything.
You met her in France?
Yes. She's from Saint-Etienne as well.
But she was living in Hong Kong?
Yes. She grew up as an expat, like our kids actually in 1981. I should not tell any again.
and then, so you met her. So that was a big year for you because you opened the big 2 years. You opened your store, your shop. You were 22. Then you met your wife, your future wife.
Yes.
And then you two went to Hong Kong.
Yes, for my birthday actually, which is
as a trip.
Exactly, because she was missing Hong Kong very much, so she was talking about it all the time. So I said, listen, we decided together to come for a trip, 1 week trip, and then we came here. And instant crush, really. At the airport, I still remember the smell of the airport. That and then seeing the airport express, and fell in love instantly to the landscape. The landscape for me was really impact because I come from Saint-Etienne. It's a little town, green, a lot of greenery surrounding, And right away I was like, all the idea that you had before that Hong Kong is just one crowded place, and I traveled a little bit before, but never really,
far.
I went to New York, but a city like that, so I had all those ideas from before, like, and then you arrive here, airport, right in the middle of everything, green, green, green. I was like, wow. And then just everything I've discovered during this year, I was just amazed. And then we made the decision together that 1 year, day to day, we will be coming here to try to make our life.
So you went there, you fell in love with the city, then you came back to your shop in France, and then you knew that, oh, we have this clock.
Yeah.
And then you knew that 1 year later you will be settling in Hong Kong.
Yes.
With your future wife.
Exactly.
So when you arrived here, I mentioned that you still have a passion for rugby. What was the plan? Well, did you even have a plan? Because you had this shop, so you had to close down your shop, and then you arrived here and you told me that you started playing as a professional rugby player. So how did that happen?
So for all the people that know me, it was at the time semi-professional. It's just, but...
we could have just said
professional.
I
know, but I don't know. I just, maybe the imposter syndrome, No, actually, I was a rugby player already in Saint-Etienne. Okay. I was around division, around Saint-Etienne and Roche-la-Molière. Big up for Roche-la-Molière.
Why didn't you choose to embrace that career in France?
Yeah. It was always on the side. Really, it was really not. It didn't pay any bills. So rugby was a passion. My wife was always talking about the sevens and such a rugby importance or rugby culture in Hong Kong. And I have the same idea from the crowded city. I was like, they're not playing rugby here. Yeah. It's only Europe. It's only old Europe that I've. But when I arrived, I could see that the rugby community was massive. And I was not speaking English, not much at all. Rugby was the instant integration. So I'm not the biggest, I'm not the fastest, but I could be very persuasive and aggressive. So I made my every game, every week, tried to build into Valley Rugby Club, and they're very dear to me, the red and black here. We were a few times champion, Hong Kong champion, and Grand Championship champion as well. And then after 3-4 years of constantly training and playing every Saturday, I managed to reach the Hong Kong team, national team. I have 18 caps and I travel everywhere, representing Hong Kong. It was amazing. And then Rolex always left me the time, and they really understood that it was important for probably at the time for men to fulfill rugby excellence, or rugby, not excellence, but sportive, the highest level you could reach in
and
a
how
country.
Long, so you were paid to play rugby?
You
were
bit, yes.
Professional?
Yes.
That was what you were doing when you were super young, when you were in Hong Kong, when you first arrived, right?
No. I was at the same time I was repairing watches for Rolex.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay,
actually,
so you
yes,
were
exactly.
doing both.
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
Yeah, because rugby didn't pay any bills.
Oh, okay.
So it was really my passion, the rugby. But the day I found a job as a watchmaker at Rolex, fixing watches from 9 to 7, 9 to 5 at the time.
9 to 5.
Just repair, learn. So when I say Rolex really helped me, because there's no time at Rolex. You have the time you want. So if you want to spend that amount of time to learning your craft, redoing it, they will let you do. So I'm lucky in that sense, and that's why I stay so long in the company. And so I was doing this to pay the bills, but my daily obsession was rugby. The next game.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you really have these two pillars in your life. So at some point, as you were still working at, you've been working at Rolex you worked there for 18 years, as I mentioned, but as you were still playing rugby, but also working at Rolex, at some point you had to choose a direction. So you chose to focus more on your career. I mean, at Rolex. So you had to stop playing rugby. I mean, you can still play like for fun, but you stopped being part of the Hong Kong team, right? 18 years seems long. So how come did you stay 18 years at Rolex? What kept you there?
And I'm getting emotional just thinking about it because that's the best school of watch corporation in service. Because my passion is Rolex. Yeah, it was Rolex. My passion is watchmaking, fixing things, but my passion is also building relationship with client and people and tell them what they, being very detailed in our quotation and explain and following up how long it takes. All this was also very dear to me, and Rolex is the best for that. Really, they have the best service center in the world. So that's the end. The processes, people, equipment. So it's easy to. For me, it was easy to stay because it never felt like 18 years. When it felt like it was 18 years, that's when I decided to move on, to just. And I was not too much on the bench anymore. I was just in suit, pretty much doing complaint all day long.
But can you tell us a bit more about, like, quickly about your evolutions? Because you were repairing watches, but when you left the company, you, as I mentioned, you made your way up to management. So how did that happen?
So I climb all the steps for the technical part in Hong Kong, from watchmaker to head of the workshop and then head of different technical departments. And I went to the management and asked if there was any possibility to exactly becoming a manager, a corporate, much more leading bigger team and doing planning. And they say there's a position in Shanghai at the time. And then we moved with my wife and the 2 kids at the time, and it was amazing. Really, 5 years in China, in Shanghai, where we, together with the team, we really take what Rolex Service Center was at the time in Lipo Plaza, where it was just one floor, where you have everything, to structure into a building next to Hongqiao Airport, and the move and the creation of this, that's why I was over there. And then renovate the reception. And that was amazing. I just loved it. I love the people over there. They love French people, so we were always welcome. The kids were always very well attended, very well taken care of. It was amazing. If Shanghai was like Hong Kong in terms of landscape, I could have seen that we stayed. It's really the French concession with all those trees, and you can bicycle with the kids, and it was just amazing. Shanghai is an amazing city. Yeah. Then after we were missing too much the beach, the tray, the country park, exactly, the landscape, and came back here in 2018 as head of service in Jardins House on the 14th floor, managing a small claim tribunal, a consumer council, all those pretty much not very enjoyable part of the CRM business, really managing situations. So,
problems.
Exactly. And a little thing called COVID that came in between. That blocked and just changed the face of Earth forever. And the protests. So we were managing together with the 26 receptionists. That's at that time that I developed a passion for leading receptionist and customer service excellence, because we had to deal with taking temperature, having the mask, 12 pair of gloves, getting a blood sample from everybody. I'm exaggerating, but it was very tough. It was very tough. So that's when slowly, probably in 2021, I start really thinking about going on my own.
So before we hit the pivot moment when you decided to quit and start your business, I have a quick this or that questions. So you have just a few questions. You just answer right away. Don't think too much.
Okay.
It's easy. Huh? It's easy. Okay, so restoration or creation?
Just one word, because I'm
Yeah.
into restoration, but I start being into creation.
You have to choose one.
Okay, restoration.
Okay. Team spirit or solo focus?
Team spirit.
Faith or strategy?
Strategy.
Tradition or innovation?
Tradition.
Of course. Collector's piece or daily wear?
Allez, daily wear.
Okay. Easy, right?
Yeah, easy.
Daily wear. Okay, okay.
Yeah.
So, the turning point. So, after 18 years at Rolex, you had a very good job, a very good lifestyle, good money, I guess. So, you had this comfort and stability. And you have a family, you have 3 kids. That's also something to take into account. So, what is the thing that made you take that leap of faith? How did you know that it was time for you to quit? Big question, no?
Wow, big question. So my contract was ending 31st of July 2023, and I think I always look at this date as a pivot. Either we resign a contract and then we go 5-10 years and I go up to retirement and do the long career and things, or we put everything in the upside down and we create our own thing. I had the idea and I pretty much create the legal entity in 2021, full on.
Okay.
So the
idea
idea was already there.
Okay.
I think the one is very important. You mentioned kids and my wife that were very supportive. It's you need to be support it. You can't do something like that alone,
Yeah.
And then also to dig with the ups and downs and the
Yeah.
uncertainty that because you 18 years, as you said, it's coming every 28 of the months. It's there, but I felt that I reached also some maximum in what I could. We can always learn. That's what I mean. But my career was already fulfilled. I could go on my own and be a specialist. So. And then decided and go and see the CEO at the time, tell him I'm not going to renew my contract. And that from that moment, the arrow was thrown and find a location, find the money, work on the business plan. Big up to Eugene, Pierre Lubin for their help.
How did you find them? Okay, so I'm super interested in that. Like, how did you find the money? Because when you have a retail business, you have a lot of fixed costs, so you need to pay the rent of your shop. Maybe you have employees, maybe not at the beginning, but still. You also have to buy like all sorts of materials. You can see behind us this machine, like you have a lot of equipment. So how did you find the money to do that? How did you find that place?
So at the time, as you said, I had a pretty good salary. So the bank will just, if you don't tell them that you're going to resign on the 1st of August, they will lend you money. So that's how I do. That's how I did. So some loan from the bank. And then have a plan. Like, the rugby brought me preparation and visualization. And so I sit down in my office at home and start to lay down the plan. So what is it first? Pam, pam, pam. Prioritize and just execute. So, and then, okay, what is the first thing? Do we have the money? We go see the bank. Okay, agree. Got it in 24 hours.
Wow.
Welcome to Hong Kong. Then start seeing location. I was drawing how a perfect shop will look like in my, visualization dream. So I knew I wanted a first floor to make it a corner for learning, for being here like we do today, exchange, learn about watches, chronograph, which is another of my passion, and look around, find a guy. It's everything is really now about synchronicity and coincidence and relationship and meeting people, and I met an agent that actually the real story is that I saw this picture, the first picture that I saw was this shop. And I thought he was on Bonham Strand East, so I didn't pay attention. Then I look around, maybe 15 shops, 20 shops, 25. And then this guy, agent, real estate agent, come and say, oh, have you seen this one? And instantly, I know, he opened the stuff. I saw the length, I saw that you have a little park, you know, as I mentioned, with the Chinese style, a little temple with greenery again, which is important.
You knew it was the right place.
Yeah. I think so. Yeah, well, I'm sure so. Yeah, no. It was. I couldn't really, because if you say that's the first picture I see to someone, it's like, you crazy. You know, even if we don't care what people think, but otherwise we'll never have left. We never have tried anything.
Yeah.
And then launch the equipment. So I had already list of equipment, what to do. We start with, at the time we couldn't hire a full-time watchmaker. So luckily Angus, again, Crossroads, he was looking for a job, a very good technician, very good watchmaker. And he agreed to work part-time. So, and then he come here, start 3 days a week, get the equipment, purchase it, find someone that will dig the project at a very low budget. And
can I ask roughly the rate, like how much you need to? For you don't have to reply. For the shop, for the people, for the equipment, like roughly, just to give people an idea of the range.
Or monthly or big project? Oh, I'd say you
like
so
the
might
loan,
be
like how
even
much?
though we were pretty precise with Eugene, my friend that helped me with the business plan. I was off completely because no, one was not off completely, but we start with say 2.5, 2.8 million Hong Kong.
Hong Kong dollars.
Hong Kong dollar, yeah. And it's a big.
Yeah.
And I use my MPF when I realized that, because you think you're gonna be like successful the first day, right? With my big Rolex ego, rugby player, I'm gonna take those challenge. You think that for example, I didn't really plan cash flow. So I just end up after 2-3 months just completely crave and then asking around, and again, friends are here, friends, family, support, it's gonna work, and then help me through the process in every period of the growth. All my MPF went into it. But first day we sell one watch, so because it's a very traditional.
You remember
Hong
your
Kongese,
first client?
Yeah. Oh, almost 1,200 jobs. I think I know all of them, really.
Okay.
I know their face. I can remember. That's why as well, CRM was a big thing for me. Also at Rolex, because anybody walk in the reception, if I see him already, I can chit chat. I can say, "Hey, Mr. Lee, how are you? How's your daughter?" And then instantly people just feel comfortable. It's really not luxury. I don't like the term luxury, but customer experience, client experience. It's all about being a step ahead. You know, just
step ahead.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. If a customer needs to call you to remind you where you are, it's too late. It's too late. They will never have to ask you first.
Yeah. Navigating all this, you made mistakes. We all do when you have your business. Also learning how to manage cash flow. I talked about it in a previous episode with a CFO. Well, she has a CFO, like she's a consultant. So she gave me some tips, on how to handle cash flow, because it's usually something that if you don't master it, it's very bad for your business. It can go down super quickly. So, yeah. And you need support.
I learned the hard way.
So we can say that entrepreneurship is a humbling experience. Business owners start super confident. You think you know things, but actually you realize that you don't know anything. So how did that transition from being, from the top management at Rolex to being a business owner here and owning your shop? How did that transition go from a mental health standpoint, and how did you redefine your identity?
I just want to bounce on humility, because that's the number one. I think it gets you humble very, very fast, but in a good way, because you intend to live in the clouds when you're in a big company where you come somewhere, they're expecting you. You are someone. When you come here first day, you are nobody. There's no. Absolutely. So it's very, very humbling for me personally. Get me back to true things, like really, and God and faith was a big thing actually. Really, it put me back close to God. In this sense, that's what entrepreneur brought me. It was tough. Probably it was. It's also tough on my wife, of course, because this uncertainty and we're building, so there's nothing really. 1 week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks. We're not yet there. We are getting closer, but so big support from her as always. She was always 21 years. She has 20.
She works with you?
Now she works with me.
Okay. Family business.
I wish that my kids will join us as well. That's really something that I dreamt when I was younger. That I create something everybody's comfortable to work with, passionate about, and we can all grow together. Yeah, really humility. But the good thing is, I think for my kids, they drop in a very good way into expectation, into we're not at Rolex anymore. We can't go to Nagano for ski. We can't go to Thailand for 2 weeks. Now it's they understand the really value of earning and money, which I think that will be very, very, very helpful for them in their future. Nothing happen now without work. When they can, the kids come working here to make a little bit of money. That's the way it works. But it was part of my journey. It is part of my journey, and I'm happy that my ego also is down to earth, because you can easily just thinking you're the king of the world when you give your name card and people. First question is, can I get a discount? Can I get on the can I get on the waiting list? Can I get this one? Which is very superficial. But I won't change anything, except maybe I will better understand and listen the cash flow that all the entrepreneurs are telling. And then you're like,
I have to introduce you to that, maybe.
It's a big factor.
What are you after? What are you trying to achieve through owning that shop? Because yes, you're learning about yourself. This is like a introspection journey also for your family. But what's this thing that you're trying to achieve through that?
So in 2 years, because now we just celebrate the 2 years, there was really a progression. At the beginning, really you need to try to create something, and I think we are creating a community, actually, really watch lover or clock lover or mechanical. I love those little automaton with birds. I found it really amazing. So creating at the beginning, really, are we going to survive? Are we going to have a traction to, as you said, pay the rent, because people will say, always the same people who say, you should be in the floor upstairs. But from the day one, when I started in my apprenticeship at 17 years old, the door was open. There was a shop. There was a ding dong. Okay, hello, sir. There was always this boutique, this shop atmosphere, and that's what I built here. So, and then getting traction and getting support, and people believe in us and leaving their watch for repair, and reputation, because it's service, and you will always have challenge, but we are every day trying to get better, every day trying to say, oh, this one didn't work really, let's try it this way, getting better in all the area, creating a community where we learn, where we do, where we sell as well. You can trust us. We do. You looking for your pre-loved or pre-owned, depends how you want to talk, how you want to call it. We can help you. I've been 21 years here, so I know who has the best watches. I know who you can trust. Well, you can trust everybody in Hong Kong, I have to say. Yeah. It's a really safe place. I don't want to say.
So it's really about, like, you love to learn and understand, like, the mechanics, but you also love to connect with people. Completely. So then with this shop, you kind of bring those two things together?
Completely. And the way the shop is designed as well. We have retail, which is open from 11 to 7, but we are at 7. I mean, you know, it's the show. You know, I always call it the show. That's really every day I have when I open, because now luckily I have a good team of people behind me with two receptionists or sales that are helping us and are speaking Cantonese, and of course my watchmaker. I can't do that alone, but the shop is open from 11 to 7. Come and talk about it, buy, ask questions, and then at the back we are. I very often use the image of a kitchen. I think I will have loved to be a cook and a Pierre Gagnère, because he's from Saint-Étienne as well.
Ah, really?
Yeah. I push this mentality as kitchen in my workshop. So you can't find any dirt, you can't find anything that is not in a box with a label. At first, it was really messy because I was by myself, I do everything, and Gus is helping us for 3 days. It was really a mess, but now that sometimes with 3, sometimes 4, plus the class, everything needs to be in order. You can't, even if some will say, oh, but watchmaker bench are messy, and when they work, yes, because sometimes you need one tool for one action. So you have plenty of tools, but there's an organization in the thing. It's really dirt, for example.
Yeah, I saw that. He had to clean everything before we record, but yeah.
Yes. Watches hate dust. We can even
perfect timing.
We can even ask the repetition, because those kind of a clock, which was a officer clock or travel clock, in the dark, when you don't know what time is it, you just press the button and you know what time is it. So you don't need to light a candle in the 19th century.
Good to know.
Yeah.
Good
So
to
it was repetition, and there's an alarm. So the officer, when he wants to wake up at 5, 6, he can set it up. He works 10 days. You can pretty much travel with everywhere. So all the war around, on all the travel, not the war, but mostly because it's watches and equipment was close to military as well. Religion has a big impact on keeping time and having everybody on the same time. So also army, because then you want to set canon and things like that. You need a timing device. So it was a bit early, and this one is mid second half of the 19th century, from a Parisian watchmaker with enamel. You won't see much of this kind of detail, and this I love. I could just do that. It doesn't bring the money, but no, it doesn't. It's a bit, but it's art and history, which I could see myself with a white beard in 25 years in the same workshop, renovating this kind of stuff. Really put this back to life, and they were here for something. Watch are tools normally, and that's this aspect that I really love about clocks, and it's a tool.
Last time you told me that you like this Latin idiom, amat victoria curam, which means victory loves preparation. So what are you preparing? You love the transition. What are you preparing? What's next for Amplitude?
I think we want to get better in all the area we are with the boutique. All about the processes and the people, and just getting the best client experience to our clients in all area of the shop. So better at classes, better at masterclass, better at explaining things, because people they want to learn about watches. So, and I want to share. I really want to make it accessible to everybody. But also being able to service any difficult. I was looking at MBNF, so I have the little big up to Mr. Sean Lee that is doing a book. Now coming back to what we're trying to achieve in Amplitude, I want to being able to service very difficult watches.
So just to remind the listeners that your shop you do retail, so you sell watches. You also repair watches, and the third pillar is that you also host workshops here where we are now.
Exactly.
Right?
Yes.
For corporate or not corporate?
Corporate, watch lover, anybody who wants to
to
dig
learn.
in.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yes, that's what we do here. And the more and more we do, the more I enjoy it. Really transition. And also service, which is our bread and butter. From the day one, we change battery, we change strap. We are horologists and independent horologists in Hong Kong, which is not very usual. You either have the big service center or and I don't call it in a negative way the street watchmaker, which I use, which I'm in collaboration all the time. They know very well. Being able to answer any problems to our customer. And I was watching the watch manual from Blackbird. Thank you, Sean Lee, for this beautiful book he's doing. I think it's twice a year, a very nice and well done, beautiful picture, but about everything. Like, it's not just about watches, it's also about modern art. It's also you make it easy to learn everything. And I was looking at those MBNF, which is a brand that is doing for 20 years now amazing creation, and I want to be able to fix that. Okay. But you need their trust as well.
Yeah.
But yes, that's what I want to do. And just grow, and then surround myself with a good team that they also grow and they also learn, and they're happy to come at the boutique. And refinishing a watch or creating a part is really the top of watchmaking, and we're starting getting back into it. But of course, the day are only 24 hours, so I'm missing 2-3 hours actually.
Okay. And I have the one last question for you that is the signature question of the podcast that I ask all my guests. So as a business owner, is there any lesson? I mean, I'm sure there are many, but one lesson that you learned since you started your business?
But I will bounce back to Victoria Ahmad Kuram. Really, when you have an idea, just start writing down. Write your goals. And you number it. You really put a number on it, and you list. I'm probably the biggest user of Post-it in Asia.
Sticky notes.
Sticky notes.
Super tiny.
Prioritize, execute, help yourself, support yourself with specialists in their field. Like I mentioned Eugene, I mentioned Pierre Lubin, and if I forgot anybody, of course, my wife and all the friends that surround yourself by people who know what they're talking about, and listen to them, and list and execute, and cash flow.
No, but so if you have an idea, don't keep it in your head. Write it down, and then maybe it's not time now to execute it, because there's also a matter of
course,
when it's the right time. It was the right time for you a couple of years ago. So, but at least you have this idea. It's more concrete when it's written somewhere, and then you can look back at it maybe 6 months later and be like, maybe it's time to do that.
Completely.
Okay.
That's it. Yeah.
Cool. Well, thank you so much.
Thank you
for
very
sharing
much.
Your journey.
It was a
Thank
pleasure.
you. Well, anyone, if you have watches to repair, if you want to learn more about watches, or if you want to buy a watch, you're welcome here in Amplitude in Shan 1. Renaud-Louis will be happy to welcome you. Thank you.
Thank you very much.